Good morning. It is the 3rd of October. A beautiful day. Mr. Invisible here. In case you didn't notice. And, another step. Another unfolding of this life, of this experience. Another step together with the elusive ones. And evermore a desire to truly step into my purpose. Now this gets pointed out to me in so many ways. But the main force, the main inspiration is, as ever, the experiences I have. Because what I find in this world is ever elusive. And yet what I experience is mine completely. And these last days, it has been incredible for years. For years. Now, as I look at it, it's decades. But truly these years that I feel I've shared with you, especially these last 3, for example, where I've had the confidence to talk in this abstract way that I'm certain. It has been so powerful. Through it, I have felt guided and protected at every step. And yet, of course, at times, with challenges, distractions, dramas of this world, it can feel really hard to feel like you're on that path. And yet even there, always something assuring me. And it is the experiences, the feeling I have when I go within that maintains my resilience, my patience, and my strength. It is directly from that courage. And what has always been told to me is this necessity to understand, experience, to be present in the present moment. And then as you seem to gather more of yourself into that present moment, a new strength grows. And I feel it more than ever. These last days, my goodness, such an ease to connect. Such an ease with which I'm in that other place, that other secret place, that secret sacred place. Indeed, the Holy of Holies, the place our heart is capable of taking us. The subject of everything I ever want to talk about. That it is that experience that gives me peace and strength in this world. That my interactions with nature have the same shine. And I want to have that same interaction with humans on the same wavelength. I see them, I see you. And yet we've still got this game going on, haven't we? This funny little game of of knowing. And I've told you I'm never going to stop. But it feels like it's time to step up the game. It's time to step into this present moment together with absolute courage so that we can gain absolute clarity here in truly how magnificent the human life can be. I can experience that alone. That, for me, is a complete privilege, a gift. It is never a right. It must be accepted as a gift. And therefore, gratitude plays such a significant role. Because if you're happy with your gift, then you will have gratitude. If you feel some entitlement and you don't get your gift, it doesn't work. There will be no gratitude. In fact, there could be something else. And we must never have that. We must always realize that not only is our entire life a gift, but also the opportunity to experience what I'm talking about. It is the greatest gift. And I know more people than ever are stepping into this understanding of the potential we have. Of the size of this gift. How do you accept that gift? You must step into the present moment. Realize that's all you've got. And run with it. Flow with it. Live with it. Let it grow. Let that gratitude and appreciation bring you back over and over and over. And that present moment stretches to last a lifetime. This is what the saints have always spoken of. That truth, consciousness of bliss. To have this in understanding and allow it to shape your consciousness into an understanding of just what that consciousness is. That we have this chance while we're alive. And we seem to have the help the entire cosmos. You know, I'm on my way to work again. My day took a funny turn today. Like I've been saying, I've had the most beautiful experiences. So I was this morning having that beautiful experience. Now, I needed to snap myself out of that beautiful experience at a certain time. And I did. Because I've got to go and do this work. But I knew that all I wanted to do today was to talk to you. And yet I've got this pressure on this job we've just started. We've taken the whole roof off, or half the roof off. So the living room of this house for this chap is completely open. And he'd checked the weather. It was not going to rain. As we removed the last beams, exposing it all yesterday, it started to drizzle and then rain. Now, that for me, I can take some anxiety from that if I want to. But I'm learning kind of not to. I'm going to try my best, and I hope it doesn't rain too much more. But of course, for the chap, that's an anxious few hours. So this morning was really like, right, let's get there. Let's get the beams on, get the wood on, and close it up. That was my plan. But I wanted to talk to you. So just after I came out of my practice, 10 seconds later the phone rings. And it's my son. And he's all like, Dad, you've got to drive Mum to hospital. And it's like, what? And they've had this nasty little cat, well, he's turned out to be a nasty little cat, hanging around. And yesterday he bit her hand really bad, both hands. And cats, got a dirty bite. I believe dogs, a cleaner bite, if you like. So it was a bit worrying, but let's wait and see. Anyway, she woke up this morning and her hand's all swollen. She couldn't drive her car. And she's freaking out. Now, I can react different ways. But of course, an emergency is an emergency. But we all have our things we want to do. And dramas and distractions can affect them. But of course, this was an emergency. So my day changed. Suddenly I'm doing phone calls, rearranging the work. We're still going and we'll work late. Well, we'll get this roof on. But it was that flow all of a sudden. It wasn't anxiety at all. It was just like, go with this flow. And then gradually, the day has unfolded. And I realised, hey, let's carry on with this then. That I now have an opportunity, and an opportunity has been created where I can just sit and have a chat. Well, with myself, isn't it? But that's fine, it works. And the things that have gone through me over the last sort of 4 or 5 days since I last spoke to you. Ideas, some thoughts, this, that, observations of what I see. Kind of crystallizing in things I want to talk to you about. And then there didn't seem to be the chance. That my days were so full that it was like, hang on, there'll be a chance, there'll be a chance, there'll be a chance. And now there is. And that always gives me such hope. That this dream will not be stopped. Because it's invading my life. I will not allow it to stop. And I want to take ever more courageous steps. Ever more being very clear about the point that we're at right now. My experiences give me a courage and a peace and a complete certainty that we are at a tipping point here. That point has truly come. This elusive thing on the horizon always feels ever more within my reach, ever closer, ever more beautiful. I've felt like I was on that tipping point for years now. And then things don't seem to unfold. And I'm told delay is not denial. And I trust. I trust in the wisdom that I receive from many, but one or two in particular. That we have a window of opportunity here. We have a chance. Will it come again? Or is it always there for us? If I feel it will never come again, I could go either way. Because then I can feel it's now or never. Or I wait a few hours, a day, and I've failed. But failed in what? My connection to this cosmos is only increasing. And there's the trust. That's what gives me the courage to take this another step. Without fear, without doubt. With a conviction of the heart, a conviction of a truer me that seems to come out only through these experiences. And that tipping point. Now I saw a thing, some statistics in the States, that there's a revival, should we call it. Now remember, I have never been religious, and I am not. And yet, I would say all the religions touch on what I'm talking about, that the core is all the same, of this experience, experienced by individuals through history, interpreted, misused, abused over time. And yet with a promise. And that promise seems to be being fulfilled at the moment. And that's what I pray for. So Gen Z, my favourite letter, I would call you champions. But anyway, Gen Z, campuses across the States, saw a statistic of 17% say they're Christian, but 50% have a positive view of Jesus. I'd say that is a tipping point, because that's all it needs, for this magic to unfold. That I would quote to you the poem I wrote and read to you on Christmas nearly 3 years ago. Just a small part. That the darkness makes haste when enough of us see that I am in you and you are in me. Then I'd like to reach out to Gen Z and say, just 1 more %. And I truly believe that this understanding will cut through this veil that seems to still divide me from you. That I'm getting not frustrated with, because I have to learn. But what I'm getting frustrated with is that you lot all seem to be having fun together. And I'm still seem to be getting cooked. And I got news for you. I've said this for a long time. I'm cooked already here. Ask the angels. Last night I was cooked some more. In fact, I'm cooked. And I'd like that to be truly understood. Whoever it needs to be understood by it. That I have a new confidence. But this journey is always a journey of growth for us all. It's an evolution. But I'm sure we're coming to the point where I don't have to be Mr. Invisible. This is getting silly. I do like the meeting in the secret place, though. I think that works. So we're still meeting in the secret place. And well, I always, my head goes funny and thinks I mustn't put any pressure on this. That love cannot be forced, ever. And this love seriously can't be forced. And it exists in the present moment. It is the cutting edge. The very cutting edge. But that with our new understanding, we can stand at that cutting edge together and shine a light in this world so bright that it is not only of this world, you know. We're not alone, you know. And I'm starting to realize I've got quite a full agenda here. I've got a lot of beings to meet. On that window of opportunity to do it here, if I feel it slipping away because of my inaction, whereas I assure you, I am always in action of some sort. You know what I mean. But if I feel it slipping away, I must take steps. So no pressure, you know. But how you doing, well, bud? no pressure. That's gonna be in May, you know. But well, crikey, I mean, yesterday, I was with you so clearly, and well, with all your funny shape shifting and that, it's funny, isn't it? But I just like to say that it was so good to see you, or to feel you, to be with you. And we definitely seem to have a thing about beaches, don't we? So let us continue to meet in these beautiful ways. Let us ever get closer. You know, I mean, these energy at the moment, my goodness. And I just want to align with that unconditional love that seems to exist at the very cutting edge of consciousness, of this life. And yet you can seem to relax, take care of yourself, and it's right there as well. So it's in our individual present moments. But let us raise them. Let us raise them to such a point collectively that we can actually truly step into this new earth, to this new consciousness, or just into consciousness, to realize that unity and shine this petty darkness away, because it only ever wants the same thing, and that's divide and conquer, division and rule, spread hatred and spread all that. And I'm telling you, they've had their day. Remove the darkness, let in the light. It's the only way. And I can see that the young are an absolute driving force in this. Truly you are. And yet I would caution you to listen to the elders you admire. Not all of them. But never lose respect for your elders. This is something I was just talking with a guy, Virgilio, I work with. That I remember, Christmas dinners or whatever, and, when you're young, have a couple of drinks, say too much. And one of the older members, so was my grandmother, would say, hey, don't talk about that. Not religion, not politics. And I can remember instances of my family members or friends of theirs I respected and admired would point something out in a situation. And I took that completely to heart. It was a lesson given in one line. Simple things. And I respected it and maintained it. That became a part of my present moment. And I think you guys, you've got a very different world you're encountering than even I. I'm not that old. But, I am now considered my age. I considered people my age when I was early 20s, late teens. Some of my age, bloody old. Now I don't. Not at all. I'm young. But that respect. And you guys have a different thing going on, because you're learning almost everything from your social media, from your different interactions with it, which are all unique to you. It's not even like you're all watching the same stuff anymore. We all used to watch the same telly. Go and talk about it the next day at school. Now it's everyone's watching their own thing, which can give you a sense of autonomy, which in some cases you should have. But it can give you this over-amplified ego if you're not careful. And you won't respect what is said to you by others. Therein lies some humility that will serve you in life beautifully. Now I'm saying filter it. Don't listen. I'm not saying that's it. All the old people know what's going on. Because no, not at all. I have more confidence in a lot of ways with you lot. The Gen Zs, the younger than that, the children. But the very passing of wisdom is from the old to the young. It's an important aspect of life. The storytelling, I think, should come back. So many old people would love to sit and tell the young kids stories, and what a beautiful activity that would be. But give those people a chance to have a little think of a lovely little story with a lesson in it. and to pass that down, causing thought within the younger mind, an admiration of that wisdom that they have learned. That's how we pass this. It's how we evolve. It's how we become a collective. Anyway, bit off there. And a bit of, oh my God, I'm supposed to go to work and I've just done half an hour. All right. Another step that I must continue to take. And ever a reach out to you all and to my world back. And I want to open a space of complete comfort here, where communication is honest and open and utterly simple, without fears and doubts. Because that's the sort of safe space we all need. This creation gives us that internally with ourselves. So, why can't we shine the same thing? Anyway, I've so got to go. But I thank this universe for giving me this chance today to do this. Which, funny enough, in some way, I guess, that cheeky little cat I've got to thank somehow for this, but I'm not kidding, he's a pain in the bum, he is. And he's the daftest cat I've ever known. You like squat him with water, he'll just come straight back. He's got no memory. He's got the memory of a goldfish. He will not go. So, in an abstract way, I guess I'm thankful to the cat, but a bit of a shame it hurt someone quite badly to get me to do this. Maybe I need to find better ways to talk to you. Consequences might become more serious if I keep going like this. So as ever, meeting in the secret place, loving it and feeling it, and trusting in our connection, trusting that I'm on the right path. Because, well, I just know it. It's a bit of a funny reach out, but you know what? I guess it's going to continue. And I just want to have some fun now, you know? So, love, light and hope and certainty. Thank you.